In a Reddit post that sparked considerable debate, a user shared their intense dislike for Oton Iloilo, citing a number of grievances that range from local governance issues to social pressures and constant noise disturbances. The post, titled, "I Really Hate Oton Iloilo," provides a window into the frustrations of a person who feels out of place in the community, expressing dissatisfaction with the way the town is managed and how its social dynamics work. At the core of the OP's original poster's frustration is the local governance. They describe a scenario where local officials such as barangay captains are seen as self-important, with little regard for the welfare of the people they're supposed to serve. This criticism of governance isn't new. It echoes the experiences of many people in rural areas of the Philippines, where the gap between government officials and the community often creates a sense of disconnection. The OP's comments suggest a feeling of helplessness, as they claim that the local leaders do not take action on issues that affect residents, especially for subdivision homeowners who feel neglected or even taken advantage of. However, governance is just one part of the problem. The OP also highlights the social atmosphere in Oton, particularly the invasive nature of the town's gossip culture. The term marites is commonly used in the Philippines to refer to people who spread gossip, and it's evident from the OP's post that this behavior is widespread in Oton. According to the OP, personal issues quickly become public fodder in a town where everyone seems to know each other's business. The OP specifically mentions an argument they had with their significant other, which, due to being visible to neighbors, became the subject of local gossip. One commenter echoes this sentiment, suggesting that in Oton, you have to follow local norms and engage in a certain level of conformity, or else face being ostracized or gossiped about. This is compounded by the cultural expectation of pakisama, a term that refers to getting along with others or maintaining harmonious relationships within a community. In small Filipino towns like Oton, this expectation often means that individual boundaries are sometimes disregarded in favor of communal relationships. A Reddit user advises the OP that if they want the gossip to stop, they'll have to play by the town's unspoken rules, blending in and showing respect for local traditions. For someone who isn't used to this type of social pressure, it can be stifling and frustrating. The comment reflects the idea that in many rural communities, fitting in often requires sacrificing some level of personal autonomy. Perhaps the most tangible frustration voiced by the OP is the noise pollution in Oton, which appears to be a common issue in the area. The OP complains about loud music, particularly during what they describe as seemingly constant public celebrations or festivals. In many areas of the Philippines, it's common for towns to hold fiestas or community events where loudspeakers play music throughout the day and night, sometimes for days on end. This can be overwhelming for those who live nearby, especially if they value peace and quiet. One Reddit user humorously suggests that the OP should just buy earplugs or move to a quieter area, downplaying the significance of the issue. But for the OP, this noise represents more than just an inconvenience. It's a symbol of a lack of respect for individual peace and a violation of personal space. Noise pollution in the Philippines is a perennial issue, particularly during holiday seasons or local festivities, and it's not something that's easily addressed because of the lack of specific laws regulating it. There's also a recurring tension in the Reddit thread about generalizations. While the OP condemns Oton as a disgusting place, many commenters argue that such sweeping generalizations are unfair. They point out that Oton, like any town, has its positives, peaceful areas, friendly people, and natural beauty, and that these qualities shouldn't be overshadowed by the OP's negative experiences. One commenter from Cavite, for instance, suggests that the OP's frustrations may stem from an inability to adapt to rural life, comparing Oton to the challenges found in other provinces. They emphasize that issues like bad governance, noise, and gossip aren't unique to Oton, but are common across the country, especially in areas that lack resources or efficient leadership. In the end, the post offers an interesting snapshot of life in Oton Iloilo, highlighting the struggles of a resident who feels isolated and alienated by the social and cultural norms of the community. It also brings to light some of the deeper challenges that rural communities in the Philippines face: ineffective governance, invasive social dynamics, and a culture that sometimes prioritizes conformity over individual privacy.